And she brings with her a whole group of the stars of the film. We have here, we'll start with Dana Igvy. Dana. And how could we have Dana without having Ania Bukstein with us here too? And to complete the puzzle, the woman who lets out the whole secret, Irit Gidron. Thank you so much for being here. Wow, I'm truly honored. Thank you so much. Thank you for this beautiful film. There's so much to talk about, and I'd love to make you, of course, also a part of this conversation. So get ready with your questions. But let's start with, where did this come from?
It's funny. It's always
and are you going to tell it all?
Yeah, well, it started with A Secret Love, but he was alive and he wasn't married. And I started writing this whole film about me and him, and it was just really boring. And then I started like hating him, and then I just like killed him. And then it became really interesting because, I mean, where does a character go once he's dead? So.
It's a there's a few other places to go, but I mean, it's such a fresh look on a perspective, first of all, of relationships and of mourning. That perspective that I think is, I mean, hardly explored. I mean, in general, mourning's a topic that's not completely explored. But Donna, there's a beautiful moment, of course, at the end of the ripping of the dress, of course, as a symbol of mourning. Where did you connect to your character?
I actually, I'm married for 15 years. So, yeah, thank you. I think, and I'm very so. I never had such an experience, but I relate to Ella, I think, as a character, because to her clumsiness and to her sometimes how do you say, mofefet, like she's a bit out, and there's a lot of things that I identify with. But this experience, you know, it's what makes acting fun. Is to go places that you never went and see how it feels.
It's and you're, I think, in like every scene of the movie, of course, and really carry that every moment and go through all these really emotional changes and capture just beautifully. Ania, one thing I love about your performance is that to me it seems like you're always on to her, or as an audience member, we're supposed to think, right, that she's constantly is she the one, and you're playing that's forever present. Was that something that you were playing with?
I think we decided not to decide, and I love the fact that it's going to be, you know, challenging for the audience, and he's going to ask himself, does she know? She knows. No, she doesn't know. And this tension, I think we all decided, three of us, when we were discussing it and, you know, thinking about these two women, we said that this is going to be fun for us, to kind of keep this energy between them. So I guess it worked.
I'll just add that before the shooting, we really tried not to do a lot of rehearsals or put the two of them in the same room, so they won't get too comfortable with each other.
Since we're 15, so good luck with that.
Erase each other from the phone temporarily, make sure that there's no...
No, that never works. You know, we ended up spending all day together and then on action, being distant.
And it's, I mean, part of it is also there's this hot and cold between the two of you constantly. And Ania, I noticed mostly like how your voice would change. You would be like, you know, in this like these warm moments and soft moments, and then suddenly you're like, here's the money, you have to leave. It's
No, this is like this is the moment when when the audience understand that she actually didn't know, and so this is a very painful moment for her. But I think through the whole story, she's very attracted to Ella, to her energy, and she understands eventually why he chose this woman. She understands her magic, I think.
Irit, I want to ask you, speaking of of the moments, you have the moment in the film of really announcing it, and I'm so glad. I mean, here with seeing this with an audience like this, getting that laugh, and it's such a like we laughed when she announced that she's his mistress. Did you know that line would be? Did you deliver it in a comical way? Did you know that it was comedy?
I didn't know. That was not on my mind. I didn't even think about the effect it would have. I was completely in the story. It's just a character. That's what was on my mind. Yeah. Just the story, the character, this person who is in and out of reality, doesn't really know whether what's happening, whose shiva she's sitting at, is very this state of mind, where her is so intriguing and so interesting for us actors to get into. Just like Dana said, that it's an opportunity for someone like me, for an actor, to experience something that is one of the a human experience, to be.
Never experienced.
I've never experienced that. No. Who knows? Who knows?
But it's
People say that if you acted something, you don't have to experience it anymore, right?
Wow!
You're
I
done.
did not know that. Thank you.
always play a dead person, then you're done.
You'll
Exactly.
never die.
You'll never
die.
But it's a brilliant character to bring in there because it's somebody who's like safe. There's some person that you can like say anything to because it's not going anywhere. And then of course,
And she ends up remembering this.
that's the one thing.
It's actually
that's
based
what
on
she
my
remembers.
grandmother, who in a moment of when she was demented, I had I showed her a picture of me and my father, and my grandfather said, "Oh my God, what a small world! You're all related to me." So kind of.
I kind of made up a story of my own. So that Judith, my character, didn't really like Natasha because she had no grandchildren.
I felt it.
You felt it.
I felt it.
And I think when she saw, forgot your name in the movie, Ella. What's the matter with me? When she saw her, she realized that this is. Maybe
Method
she
acting.
has.
It's called method acting.
Maybe this woman is expecting, and maybe she's going to get a grandchild out of that woman. I think some intuitive kind of a thing happened to this woman in the story, and this is what I was working on. I mean, this is what I brought to the role.
I love it, and these characters all like work together really beautifully. I want to jump into one more topic before we also take some questions from the audience. We're going to talk about the song at the end, the song that she sings. I've been excited to talk about this. But first, we have to give you some history. The most important holiday in Israel, does anybody know what it is? Want to take Yom Kippur? No. The Eurovision.
Is it more important than Pesach?
The
I don't know.
Eurovision is more important than Pesach. And I bring this up only because
Oh, Eurovision. Oh,
the Eurovision. Do we agree? The holiest, the holiest of days.
Yeah.
The Eurovision is a European song competition, a very cheesy song competition. In 1984, there was a pre-Eurovision competition in Israel that a young singer named Rita performed this song that you saw.
It wasn't this song.
Shvira
It was Shara Barchovot.
No, Shara Barchovot went to the in 1980 something.
Oh, that was also in the
This
Eurovision?
was in the pre-Eurovision.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
And hold on, we'll get into it. Don't worry. I know my Eurovision stuff here, so don't worry.
Okay. You're the boss.
she lost. She didn't get accepted that year. But the song became the #1 song of the year. She became a diva, the most important Israeli singer, I'd say, by far. And she, in many ways, was the other woman in that competition. Why did you choose the song for?
Actually, I
for
was
this
just
film?
looking for a song that is. First of all, the words kind of relate to this to the movie, but I was looking for a big song that when she, like, big dramatic, that when she plays it on in the room, it's like, it's so quiet in the room and you're tiptoeing in there when she walks into Asaf's room to like say goodbye to the room, and then she puts like the song that is like the most biggest unrelated to the situation. So that was I was looking for, and the words really, so.
The words do fit in there. I had never thought about the words before.
Well, I was looking for the words,
second
but
verse
I was looking at singer songwriters or that make a really big song. So, and Rita is
That's the biggest of them. That's the biggest of them. Donna, how were you feeling during that song? What was your approach to that?
First of all, I'm blown away that I didn't have that info about the Eurovision, because as a kid I loved Rita, and I would listen to that tape. Actually, as a kid, I would oddly fall asleep with it. I don't know. So it's very like nostalgic for me, and I really, I thought it really fitted in, and it's also very emotional but very funny at the same time. And Rita gave it to us. She helped us because it was hard to get the songs and the rights for it, and she really said, like, we told her the story, and she's like, you can have it.
But it's also something in the film, in the film there's always this like controversy between what's really like subtle or, underneath and to like the over the top. Like, I think the love that Ella and Asaf had was like over the top, but no one knew about it, So there's always this controversy. So in the last, when Ella sings it in front of everyone, I think maybe, is it real? Is it happening? Is it not happening? I mean, it's so big. So I was like trying to play on that.
It fit for me. I mean, I think just a few scenes before that, you have like a dream sequence, and it's almost like one of these dream sequences that it like is she in that dream sequence again, or is she in reality? And it kind of maybe she wants to be in that dream sequence for a moment. Before we take questions from the audience, we have one more important thing to talk about. Today is Ania's birthday.
Yay!
Thank you.
I'm glad you all
Thank
sang,
you
so I
much.
didn't
I'm
have
gonna
to.
share it with you guys after we've finished the Q&A. It's waiting right here. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you.
Thank you for celebrating
It's
with
good
us.
to be here and celebrate with you guys.
Folks, we'd love to take some of your questions and make you a part of this conversation. We'll pass a microphone around. I see some coming out. As we pass the microphone, I also have to say something that I'm ashamed about. This festival has mostly male directors presenting, and I'm seeing a lot of that in Israel. And this is a woman's movie. I'm humbled to be in this position, and want to say just that this is so important, having these films here, and thank you for making these beautiful films together, because I feel like this was really a woman's project.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I think it's on.
It's on.
Is it on?
It's
okay.
on.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know the director's first name.
Mayan.
Mayan. Okay, Mayan. First, as a statement, is that I think the way that you so brilliantly wove the surreal with the real, it was just genius. It really was. It was so connected. It was like a wave. And I think that was so brilliant. Now a question. The question is, when she gets that lock of gray hair, I want to ask you specifically, why did you select that? What did you hope to accomplish with
Well,
that?
Ella is really trying to repress all the emotions and, to hold the grief inside. but it, you know, it hits her. So first, like in her imagination, it hits her all the time, and then she just can't control it. I mean, her nose is bleeding, her white hair. So many times, white hair is connected to a bad experience. So I just tried to have this like overtake her in every way. So
I got a question down here.
Did you worry at all when you cast Donna in this role that her image up till this role has always been the good girl, and she doesn't seem like, just from the script, she would be a natural to be carrying on this affair for 4 years behind everybody's back, etc. Did you worry that her image as a good girl would get in the way of anything, or did you trust her to be the phenomenal actress she is?
well, I think characters are complex, so I think she's also a good girl. But no, I think I chose. She is a good girl. She's been married for 15 years. No, I chose her because I think Dana brings something very authentic and very realistic to the character, and someone that we can, at least I find myself very similar to her in many ways. And I thought, because the character is so, like, you know, she has imaginations, you have to have something to, like, that reminds you where is reality. And I think Ania brings it, Dana, also Ania, but Dana brings it very well.
What happens next? What's next for the character?
You mean she's gonna find love? But also she will fulfill herself, you know, in career and, you know, family and all that.
She's going to be the Russian Prime Minister.
She'll find her place.
Sounds perfect for Israel. What is next for all of you? Let's go one by one. What have you been working on, and what's coming up?
What's next for me is a music video I directed is being screened at Tribeca in 2 days. So, yay. Yeah, so I'm very excited. It's my first time as a director at a festival, although it's a really short, like 4-minute video, but
Very beautiful.
It's beautiful. You should watch it.
Ania, what have you been working on?
Well, first of all, I hope we'll do more movies together. This was such an amazing experience for us. I'm working. Actually, I'm a musician as well, so I'm focusing on music right now. And it was, you know, I watched the film now for the third time, and I loved it. I loved it even more. So,
For some, it takes 3 times to really get it.
sometimes.
You can watch it online also if you want to watch it tomorrow or the day after. And
Irit, what have you been working on?
I'm writing, and you know and also there's a short that I'm going to a short movie that I'm going to be participating in when I get back to Israel.
And Mayan, what's next for you?
I'm writing my next film, The Weightlifter.
Woman or man?
It's a weightlifter that she unexpectedly becomes pregnant, and it's 2 months before the Olympics, and she decides to go to the Olympics and keep the baby. And a random meeting with a wild boar teaches her maternal instincts.
A common film,
But it's
just a regular story.
Good
but
enough.
it's not surreal. It's completely realistic. It's in Haifa. It's totally realistic.
I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for this wonderful film.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.